Organic versus non-organic. Is there a difference? People ask me all the time if organic foods are really better, and the answer may surprise you. Organic foods have one big advantage, which is that they're grown without chemical pesticides, and spraying gallons of lab-made chemicals on your produce is not a great idea. So yes, while they sometimes cost a bit more, organic foods are better for you. However, one thing they are not is substantially more nutritious. Yep, that's right. Harvard University recently reviewed over 250 studies on organic foods, and it turns out they contain almost zero extra vitamins and nutrients compared with non-organic food. How is that possible? Because the problem actually isn't in the food, it's in the soil. Did you know that you'd have to eat 5 apples today to get the vitamin C from just 1 apple your parents ate? And you would have to eat 100 carrots today to get the vitamin A from just 1 carrot from 1948. The reason why will shock you, and it's a major reason why Americans are suffering from digestive problems, weight gain, fatigue, and many other health issues. Fortunately, there's a simple way you can get these vitamins and minerals back in your food without changing where you shop. In fact, you can do this right from home, and it can help you have more energy, lose weight, achieve a stronger, healthier body, and even experience the best bowel movements of your life. I myself lost 70 pounds and dramatically changed my health simply by getting the right foods into my body. Okay, here's what to do. Let me ask you a question. How come our parents' generation could eat steak and potatoes, sugary sweets, smoke cigarettes, and never went to a gym a day in their lives? And yet they were 3 times less likely to be overweight than our generation is. In fact, their generation had significantly lower rates of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Meanwhile, our generation, despite access to the best medicine, health food on every aisle, and a gym on every corner, have seen our health plummet. We feel run down, sick, and just unclean on the inside, and we have no idea why. Until now. My name is Dr. Stephen Gundry, and I'm a world-famous cardiothoracic surgeon and celebrated nutritionist with clinics in Santa Barbara and Palm Springs, California. And after studying thousands of patients, particularly those over age 40 and some as old as 106, the one shocking reason I've found that explains the downturn in the health of Americans is this. The food your parents ate was healthy and nutritious, and the food you and I have been eating is practically worthless. And I'm not talking about sugar or fast food. I'm talking about everything, including things like kale and spinach that we're told are healthy, but in reality are providing only a fraction of the nutrition they did in our grandparents' era. But here's the good news. Once we understand what's wrong with our food, the solution is actually fairly simple and can lead to dramatically improved digestion, a thinner waistline, and a boost in energy you'll have to feel to believe. It can also lead to strong bones and muscles and improved endurance and mobility, with people telling me, I feel 10 years younger, Dr. Gundry, and I look it too. I've seen this method work in thousands, yes, thousands of people who are experiencing health transformations they never thought were possible. It all comes down to 2 simple things. Number 1, learning how, since 1960, the food in America has lost up to 90% of its valuable nutrients, vitamins, and minerals, so that we need to eat far more food just to feel full, even though it's far worse for our health. And number 2, the simple way to put those minerals and nutrients back into your food in your own kitchen to help you experience the same easy good health our parents' generation did. I call this new method the Golden Age Protocol because it's based on the nutritional secret that kept the greatest generation in relatively good health, despite the fact that they generally ignored the diet and exercise programs we follow today. People tell me this is literally the single most powerful health tool they've ever tried because it doesn't require any major lifestyle changes. It just requires learning what's missing from your food and putting it back in. And if you do it, I can practically guarantee you'll feel your health change, not in weeks or months, but in days. That means vastly improved energy because you're absorbing tons more nutrients, dramatically improved digestion as your digestive tract finally gets the help it needs, losing weight as you feel you need far less food to feel full, strong bones and muscles, fortified by the vital minerals our ancestors thrived on for thousands of years, healthy skin and immunity as these systems are directly tied to nutrition. And most important of all, you'll just feel better because your body is finally working right, perhaps for the first time in years. This has worked for thousands of people, but the first person I tried this on was me. For much of my adult life, I was overweight, my knees and bones ached, and I was tired all the time. This was despite being a world-renowned cardiothoracic surgeon and living the perfect healthy lifestyle most of my fellow doctors recommended. I rarely ate fast food. I consumed low-fat dairy and whole grains. I ran 30 miles a week and worked out at the gym daily. Despite all this, I was 70 pounds overweight, had high blood pressure, migraine headaches, arthritis, high cholesterol, and insulin resistance. I wore braces on my knees because they hurt so much. That was then. Today, I'm proud to say I'm not only thin and healthy, I'm actually happy because I finally feel clean and healthy on the inside. I'm 70 years old, and people often assume I'm a decade younger than I am. Best of all, I've now helped thousands of people achieve the same results, including people of every age, many of whom were in really bad shape and thought they could never get healthy. To accomplish this yourself, you do not need to have an expensive surgery. You do not need to do crazy workouts, and you don't have to starve yourself. What you do need to change is to change just one aspect of your food, and if you do it, I can practically guarantee your life will change in a matter of weeks or even days. Again, my name is Dr. Stephen Gundry, and I'm a cardiothoracic surgeon and celebrated nutritionist with clinics in Palm Springs and Santa Barbara, California. I graduated with honors from Yale University and received my medical doctorate from the Medical College of Georgia. I spent 16 years as a professor of surgery and pediatrics and chairman of cardiothoracic surgery at the world-famous Loma Linda University School of Medicine. Along with my former partner, Leonard Bailey, I performed more infant and pediatric heart transplants than any other doctor in the world. I'm the inventor of the Gundry retrograde cardioplegia cannula, one of the most widely used devices to keep the human heart alive during open heart surgery. I was one of the original 20 surgeons who tested the world's first artificial heart and one of the first to use robots in surgery. I've seen tens of thousands of patients with a spectrum of health issues, including cardiovascular disease, cancer, autoimmune conditions, diabetes, and obesity. But you may know me better from my appearances on shows such as Dr. Oz, or on interviews on news channels across America, or my online videos on health and wellness, which have over 50 million views. And according to my colleagues, this video is my most important video to date. I'm also the personal physician for legendary self-help guru Tony Robbins, who was kind enough to recently say, Dr. Gundry is one of America's greatest and most knowledgeable physicians, and for years I've had the good fortune to benefit from his care. Why do Tony Robbins, Fortune 500 executives, and thousands of other Americans come to me for help? The answer is simple, because I'm willing to tackle medical issues that nobody else can fix. People come to me when they've been everywhere, Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, Stanford, UCLA, and they still can't find answers. Because I'm not afraid to try solutions that go against the grain. In fact, in my experience, many health professionals are often 10 to 20 years behind on the latest research, and in some cases, actually doing more harm than good. That's why after 16 years as chief of heart surgery, I left my position at Loma Linda University School of Medicine. Why did I do it? Why would a successful doctor leave a prestigious career and turn his back on conventional medicine? Well, the reason may shock you. I realized that much of what I had learned, much of what we were telling patients, was flat out wrong. My first clue that something had changed in America came when I looked back on medical research from the 1950s and 60s, what many people consider to be the golden age of America. We had won World War II, the economy was booming, and an entire new generation of Americans had just been born, including me, and maybe you too. Remember those days? Mom, Dad, and the kids could pile into the car, head on over to the local diner, and feed a family of 5 people for under $10. But what's most amazing isn't how prices have changed, it's how the food has. Back then, let's say you ate a burger and some French fries. Not exactly health food, but for some reason, it didn't make us as sick as the same meal does today. Why? The answer lies in the place almost all of our food comes from: soil. The reason soil is so important to our food supply is that just like food feeds us, soil feeds our food. When you grow a potato, the potato is eating the trace nutrients, minerals, and vitamins in the soil. It absorbs them through its roots. And when you eat the potato, you eat those same nutrients, minerals, and vitamins. It works the same for meat. When a cow grazes on a hill, it's not just eating grass. It's eating all the healthy minerals, nutrients, and vitamins the grass got from the soil. And when you eat beef, you are getting all those healthy vitamins and minerals the cow got from the grass. You get B vitamins, which are used to create energy and beat fatigue. You get vitamin A, which you need for good eyesight. You get vitamin C, which is vital for immune health, and about 70 other vitamins and minerals that help you have smooth digestion, strong muscles, faster metabolism, better brain function, healthy bones, and virtually every other benefit you need to look young and feel healthy, all from good stuff in soil. Pretty cool, right? And the reason the soil is always packed with these super healthy trace elements is that it's constantly replenished with dead plants. When a plant dies, it decomposes back into the soil. And that means all the healthy stuff goes back into the soil too. So, to put it all together, and this is how every human who has ever lived has gotten their nutrition. The soil feeds the plants. The plants feed the animals. Humans eat the plants and animals and get all the healthy stuff. When the plants and animals die, they go back to the soil, and so does the good stuff. This is Mother Nature's beautiful cycle for sustaining life. And for thousands of years, it worked perfectly. Then, around 1960, something terrible happened. A new improvement was introduced that for the first time in history aimed to disrupt the natural cycle that had sustained human nutrition for thousands of years. And while no one knew it at the time, this change would lead to the skyrocketing rates of digestive problems, fatigue, weight gain, and other health issues so many of us are dealing with today. This new phenomenon was called intensive farming. Intensive farming was a new way of farming that, for the first time ever, allowed farmers to grow crops and raise livestock 365 days a year, regardless of the season, meaning they stopped caring about Mother Nature's rules and began pushing the laws of nature beyond what was ever intended. Now, we're not talking about mom-and-pop farms, like the ones I grew up with in Omaha, Nebraska. Back then, farms were still mostly family-owned, and the farmers cared about the health of their animals, their crops, and their land. And it was well known by farmers for hundreds of years that the key to sustainable farming was rotating crops to preserve the health of the soil. But as giant corporations started buying up all the family farms, they had only one thing on their mind: profit. And this led them to drastically change our food supply forever. With stockholders demanding an increase of revenue not every year, but literally every 3 months, big agriculture invented ways to cheat Mother Nature and grow crops all day, every day, year-round. They did this in a number of ways. The first is with chemicals. New chemical fertilizers were developed to help plants grow super big and super fast. And new chemical herbicides, such as the weed killer Roundup, can now be sprayed directly on the crops to keep weeds from growing and ruining the yield. It also meant plants could be grown closer and closer together, getting more and more yield from the same amount of land. In fact, yield was up to 10 times greater on intensive farms than organic farms. Now, is it healthy for big factory farms to dump millions of gallons of chemicals on the food you and I put right into our mouths? No, it definitely is not, and I'll explain why in a moment. But first, we need to uncover the worst part of all. You see, there's a reason Mother Nature doesn't cram 10 times as much vegetation onto one plot of land. Because remember, plants are what they eat, and what they eat is in the soil. So, sure, you can plant 10 times as many vegetables on an acre of land and pump them full of chemicals to make them look nice and big, but that soil doesn't suddenly have 10 times as many nutrients in it. That means each individual vegetable is now only getting a fraction of the minerals it's supposed to. Or to put it another way, imagine you make yourself a slice of pizza for dinner, but 10 friends show up and cram into your kitchen expecting to be fed. It doesn't matter that you have 10 nice plates for each of your guests. When you split that one slice into 10 little slivers, nobody is going to get the nutrition they need. Well, that's exactly what happens when you cram 10 stalks of corn onto a piece of soil that's only supposed to support one. But wait a second, you might say. I thought that when plants and animals decompose, it replenished the soil. Yes, it would, if the plants and animals got to decompose there like they're supposed to. But what happens to the vegetables on a factory farm? They get harvested, piled on a truck, and shipped to cities all over the country. Any leftover plant matter isn't left to decompose. That would take too much valuable growing time. Why should we waste time and money letting plants decompose? The corporate executives started saying, when we could plant new seeds the same day, we'll grow twice as much and make twice as much money. So rather than let dead plants decompose, they just rip them out, throw them in the garbage, and plant new vegetables, which need to suck even more minerals out of the already depleted soil. Same goes for meat products. All those livestock that used to graze, live, and die naturally with the plants they ate, now they get turned into ground beef and chicken nuggets, shipped across the country, eaten by us, and eventually flushed down the toilet. And the good stuff never gets back to the soil. This is what we call soil depletion. Vitamins, nutrients, and minerals getting sucked out of a piece of land for years and years and never getting put back in. And in my opinion, it is the number one reason why the food we eat today is devoid of the good, nutritious stuff we need to stay healthy. Now, some people might think, hey, Dr. Gundry, a few bits of missing minerals can't hurt me too bad, can it? After all, what are we talking about? Maybe 1 or 2% missing vitamins? Well, prepare to be shocked. Between 1948 and now, dozens of studies have been conducted measuring the vitamin and mineral content of common foods we eat. According to one study from Australia, between 1948 and 1991, apples lost 80% of their vitamin C content. That means you need to eat 5 apples today to get the vitamin C from 1 apple your parents ate. In a separate study in the United Kingdom, nearly all the vegetables tested had lost 27% of their iron content. Iron is vital for producing energy and supporting immunity. Is it any wonder people are more tired today and more sick? And vegetables have lost an astonishing 76% of their copper content. Copper is vital for brain function and cardiovascular health. Is it any wonder Alzheimer's is on the rise and heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans? And how about this? Between 1948 and 1991, carrots lost a staggering 99% of their vitamin A. Yes, you read that right. You would need to eat 100 carrots today to get the same amount of vitamin A as 1 carrot from 1948. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Much of the depletion, including for vitamin E and other vitamins, can't be tracked because they didn't even have tests for vitamin E 50 years ago. By the way, don't even get me started on beef. Remember that juicy hamburger we imagined biting into back in 1960? Well, it was probably grass-fed beef from my hometown of Omaha and raised sustainably on grass from good, healthy soil, meaning the beef was nutritious and filling too. Today, that cow is raised on a factory farm, crammed into a cage no wider than its body, pumped full of chemical growth hormones, and fed nothing but cheap GMO corn and soybeans, which have been stripped of all the healthy nutrients that are supposed to go from the soil to the cow to you. One UK study showed that in the last 50 years, beef had lost 54% of its iron, 24% of its copper, and 41% of its calcium. Yes, almost half the calcium has been stripped from our meat in less than 50 years. And we wonder why osteoporosis is on the rise? There's actually an epidemic in this country right now of broken bones in people over 50 that isn't just painful, it's literally fatal. In fact, 1 out of every 3 people over 50 who fractures a hip dies within 12 months. Our bodies are not supposed to be this brittle and weak. Did our ancestors who survived ice ages and brutal living conditions have bodies this weak? No way. Because when they ate plants and animals, they actually got power from the vitamins and minerals inside it. But today, talk about empty calories. When you eat a burger in 2020, you truly are eating a nothing burger. The nutrition is gone, leaving you hungry for more, no matter how much you eat. This leads to weight gain, which leads to more hunger and more weight. It's a vicious cycle, and millions of Americans are stuck in it right now with no idea how to get out. This is why I now say that soil depletion equals health depletion. And if you have experienced any of these problems, you very likely are experiencing health depletion too, just like I was. The craziest thing is that this means it actually doesn't make much difference if you're eating healthy or not. The kale salad has been stripped of its vitamins and minerals the same as the cheeseburger has. If you find this shocking, I'm right there with you. For years, I felt like I was doing everything right, eating all the healthy foods I was told would help me beat fatigue, weight gain, and digestive problems. And every year, my problems got worse and worse no matter how healthy I ate. My muscles felt weak, my joints ached, I was sick way too often. I had various unexplained health issues that a normal, healthy diet was supposed to prevent from happening. And the more I ate, I didn't get stronger, I got weaker. But when I finally dug into the research, the truth became clear to me. Virtually every piece of food I put in my mouth had been stripped of the minerals and nutrients our ancestors enjoyed for thousands of years, the minerals we need to lead a happy, healthy life. Health depletion, in short, is an epidemic sabotaging our diets for the last half-century. Well, on to the good news, because fortunately, once we know what's wrong with something, we can finally fix it. Meaning, yes, you can shed weight, you can beat fatigue and digestive issues, you can get stronger, and you can get back the healthy, happy life you deserve. And it all comes down to one simple thing: getting these super healthy minerals and nutrients back into your body. Okay, so how do we get the good stuff back into our bodies? Many people assume the best way to get these things back into their diet is to take a common multivitamin. Well, there's nothing wrong with multivitamins, but it's a bit like fighting a wildfire with a squirt gun. You see, just because you load a tablet or gummy up with vitamins doesn't mean you actually absorb any of it. And this is a really important point, so I'll repeat it. You're not just what you eat, you're what you absorb. For most people, soil depletion has not only stripped us of minerals, but also stripped us of certain key nutrients that help us absorb and metabolize the vitamins we digest. And of these key nutrients, I now believe one super nutrient is most vital by far. It's called fulvic mineral powder. Fulvic mineral powder is an organic compound found in water and soil. It's created when plants decompose. It contains an amazing 70 trace minerals that are vital to all biological life, including a vast amount of supercharged antioxidants, nutrients, free radical scavengers, enzymes, hormones, and amino acids. It's also incredibly easy for your body to absorb and improves your body's ability to absorb other vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. In other words, fulvic mineral powder is like Miracle-Gro for all those great vitamins and nutrients your body needs. The problem is, thanks to soil depletion, you don't have much fulvic in your body because plants don't get to naturally decompose in the soil anymore. In fact, it's not just our bodies that are missing fulvic minerals. Intensive farming is so rampant, it's getting tough to find good fulvic deposits anywhere on Earth. Corporate farms have snatched up just about every inch of farmland on the planet and drained it of fulvic mineral powder for decades and decades on end. So, no fulvic in the soil means no fulvic in the food, which means no fulvic in you. So, it doesn't matter how many multivitamins you eat, you'll barely absorb any of it. But there are some places that factory farms haven't gotten to yet. So I started conducting research on all of them. One of these places is the Himalayan mountains in Tibet. High up in the Himalayas, it's cold and treacherous. In fact, the Himalayas are the highest place on Earth. So you won't find factory farms there. But you will find natural organic plant matter. And as it turns out, really high-quality fulvic mineral powder, which the locals call Shilajit. In fact, when researchers recently tested this Himalayan fulvic mineral powder, the results were pretty shocking. In animal studies, Himalayan fulvic was given to rats to see the effect on ATP, which is the biological term for energy. Incredibly, fulvic boosted ATP in rats by a staggering 82%. Even better, it also reduced those tired, achy muscles that come after exercise by an incredible 75%. This makes perfect sense. This is actually what a mammal's body should perform like when it actually absorbs food properly. Next came studies on people, and in humans, it was found to significantly reduce joint aches. Yes, Fulvic worked as expected in people, helping their bodies actually feel stronger. But as I dug into the research, the results became even more compelling. In another study, Fulvic mineral powder was shown to significantly reduce red, itchy skin. Maybe best of all, Fulvic is full of polyphenols, which not only improve gut health, but actually support your microbiome against what we call leaky gut. That means Fulvic can help reduce digestive issues like bloating, occasional constipation, and even help produce smoother bowel movements. These numbers are extremely impressive and show that Fulvic mineral powder can help not just one or two, but literally dozens of systems in your body. This isn't surprising when you consider that just one small amount of Fulvic is capable of carrying over 65 trace vitamins, minerals, and nutrients directly into the cells of your body. In other words, Fulvic is like a shortcut to dramatically improved absorption of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, the very things our modern bodies are lacking. Well, when I started taking Himalayan Fulvic myself, I started feeling the effects right away. My body felt stronger, my digestion worked better, and I could feel more energy almost immediately. And what was really surprising is that when we tested Shilajit using what's called the Lamar ISO test, we realized that for as powerful as it was only made of 10% Fulvic mineral powder. So I began asking myself, could we find an even more potent source of Fulvic minerals? I scoured the globe, searching high and low for a deposit of Fulvic minerals that could beat the Himalayan source. And despite all my efforts, after several months of research, I was no closer than when I had started. Then finally, we had a breakthrough. I found a supplier for a mineral deposit untouched by modern methods right here in the USA. This deposit was so pristine, it not only hadn't been touched by modern farming corporations, it's actually over 23 million years old. This Fulvic was created by giant, beautiful, prehistoric plants and was perfectly preserved deep in the earth. Forget our parents and grandparents. These minerals were what powered woolly mammoths to survive the Ice Age, which means this Fulvic could be the strongest of any ever tested. Well, we conducted our same tests, comparing the Himalayan Shilajit to this new source of Fulvic, which is called MLG50. The Himalayan Shilajit was 10% Fulvic mineral powder, a very good result, but when we tested MLG50, we were stunned. It was 30% Fulvic mineral powder. Yes, it was 3 times more potent than the strongest Fulvic deposit in the Himalayas. It was so good, the supplier and I agreed to not share publicly the location of the deposit or even what state it's in. We didn't want those big corporations anywhere near this super rich mineral deposit. All I can say is that it's in the southern half of the United States, and it's more powerful than any other Fulvic deposit I've ever used. But I didn't stop there. Sensing we were onto something big, I immediately combined MLG50 with not just 1 or 2, but 3 more of the most unique ingredients I had found in my travels. The antioxidant astaxanthin from the blue waters of Hawaii, rare tocotrienols from the jungles of Malaysia, and the super nutrient CoQ10 all the way from the hills of Japan. I combined them together into one powerful formula, which I believed could finally supplement our diets with the nutrition we've been lacking. When I began taking it, it was like a switch got flipped. I had more energy, vastly improved digestion. My thinking was sharper and clearer. My bones and muscles felt better, like they were finally being fortified the way they were meant to. No more food cravings either. I felt full and satisfied because my body was actually absorbing the nutrients in my food. Soon, my waistline started shrinking as well, and I just felt strong, inside and out, like I was years younger. I felt like I could do anything I put my mind to. Armed with this new formula, I went to our labs and asked them to create a larger batch, one that I could begin giving to friends, family, and anyone who wanted to activate the good health that they'd been missing for years. I called this new formula Gundry MD Active Advantage. Active Advantage is the first and only formula to combine these 4 powerful ingredients into a revolutionary new total health blend. And it's already helping people just like yourself achieve things they never thought were possible. Digestive issues improving dramatically or vanishing altogether. Muscles and joints feeling strong, meaning you can do more, travel more, and live more. Excess weight finally becoming easier to lose. Unexplained skin, joint, and GI issues disappearing. Fatigue being replaced by an abundance of energy. The kind of energy you had as a kid, and the kind you can have again with a healthy gut. And do you know what I love most about this formula? Our lab discovered a way to turn these ingredients, including pure Fulvic mineral powder, into a single powerful capsule. Capsule that you can take yourself every day, right in the comfort of your own home. And it goes to work, boosting your nutrition and health after just the very first use. Best of all, it has no sugar, no carbs, and 0 calories per serving. It's a healthy, all-natural, doctor-formulated capsule that's going to help you finally achieve the health and confidence you deserve. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get Active Advantage in just a moment. But first, let me explain how we achieve these incredible results. It's all thanks to these potent ingredients, which work because they give you what I call a total nutrient overhaul. You already know about the patented fulvic mineral powder MLG50, but I also traveled the world to find 3 other powerful ingredients that can have a major impact on your strength, digestion, weight, and health. The first is called astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is a natural red-colored substance found deep in oceans and rivers, usually in algae. Aquatic animals love to eat it. In fact, it's the reason that salmon are pink. Their muscles are chock full of red astaxanthin. And here's what's fascinating. Salmon need incredible endurance to swim upstream in raging rapids, and sometimes even up waterfalls, a challenge which many zoologists consider to be the #1 feat of endurance in nature. Not coincidentally, salmon are biologically hardwired to eat astaxanthin because it supercharges muscles' performance and endurance. In fact, their endurance is only possible because they have access to large amounts of astaxanthin. So, recently, researchers began to study what happens when humans eat astaxanthin. In one double-blind, placebo-controlled study in Sweden, 40 male paramedics were asked to do leg squat exercises. They could do about 47 squats each. Then, half the group was given daily astaxanthin, and the other half received a placebo that did nothing. Neither group knew which one they got. Well, after 6 months, the group that got the placebo could do 55 squats, about 9 more than before. But the astaxanthin group could now do 76 squats, a staggering 27 more squats than when they started. That's right, the astaxanthin had supercharged the users, giving them 3 times better results than the placebo group. And it's not just valuable for exercise. Imagine what that kind of endurance boost could mean for taking hikes with friends, playing at the park with kids and grandkids, or even just moving heavy objects around the house. Astaxanthin is also fantastic for eye health. In one double-blind study, workers who stared at screens all day and suffered from blurry vision and eye strain were given astaxanthin. The researchers found astaxanthin significantly improved their vision. Other studies found astaxanthin can support long-term vision as well. It's also a powerful immune supporter and antioxidant, just like vitamin C and green tea, 2 of the staples of the Japanese diet, where people live longer than anywhere else on Earth. Except astaxanthin is much more powerful. In fact, in a landmark study out of Japan, found that astaxanthin was a 550 times more powerful antioxidant than green tea catechins, and a staggering 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C. The most amazing thing about astaxanthin, and probably the reason why it's getting these amazing results, is that it's farmed in the blue waters of Hawaii. In other words, in underwater land that has never experienced intensive farming. So it remains absolutely packed with powerful natural benefits. It's crazy that we need to work so hard to find these pure mineral-infused ingredients on Earth. But once you do find them and get them in your diet, you can literally feel how different they make your life. Active Advantage also contains the power vitamin tocotrienols. Tocotrienols are a form of vitamin E. However, not all vitamin E is created equal. There are actually 8 kinds of vitamin E, and tocotrienols are far and away the most powerful. They're a concentrated form of vitamin E we source directly from palm oil in the jungles of Malaysia. And this type of tocotrienol delivers health benefits that frankly blow other vitamins away. In one study, doctors at Ohio State University found that tocotrienol could have massive benefits for brain health. According to the researchers, the current findings point towards tocotrienol as a potent form of natural vitamin E. There's more. In animal studies, tocotrienol supported healthy bone strength and recovery time after bone breaks. Remember the statistics about how dangerous hip fractures are as we get older? Well, with the epidemic of frail bones in America right now, getting tocotrienols into your diet is a major advantage. And another study out of the Cardiovascular Research Laboratory in Singapore found that tocotrienols can significantly support heart health. Amazingly, they can even help support healthy cholesterol levels already within the normal range. And speaking of heart health, the last ingredient in Active Advantage is what some people call the ultimate enzyme, CoQ10. CoQ10 is found in the healthiest foods on Earth, such as spinach, cauliflower, and broccoli. In fact, it's the thing that makes broccoli so healthy. It's essential to every single cell in your body. And the more you have of it, the better it is. CoQ10 helps your heart stay in tip-top shape, and your cholesterol and blood pressure in the healthy zones. I can tell you as a cardiothoracic surgeon that as we get older, heart health is so important. So while you may not take Active Advantage specifically for heart health, it's a great side benefit to have. Along with super support for your cardiovascular system, CoQ10 also boosts brain function, promotes healthy, younger-looking skin, and supports already healthy blood sugar levels. It's also one of the vital nutrients your body needs to produce ATP, meaning CoQ10 is one of the primary engines for more energy. And I'm not talking about coffee or other stimulants. CoQ10 is what helps you jump out of bed in the morning, play tennis with friends, get a full day of activities done, and just feel fresh all day long. And yet, as powerful as CoQ10 is, there's actually a way to double its effects. Yes, there's one type of substance on Earth that not only complements CoQ10, it can actually vastly increase its ability to produce energy. And that one substance? Fulvic mineral powder. Yes, the same fulvic mineral powder that is the foundation of our formula. So you can see why Active Advantage is getting results nobody has ever seen before. This supplement was specifically formulated with 4 ingredients that work synergistically, and we source the most unique, potent forms of these ingredients anywhere on Earth. It's a powerful 4-pronged formula that can help increase energy, improve strength, fortify your gut and digestion, and help you achieve the overall health you deserve. In fact, to test the power of Active Advantage for these exact health issues, we conducted user groups between January and February of 2020. These weren't patients of mine, they were complete strangers. 23 volunteers between the ages of 34 and 73 who wanted help with nagging health issues. We conducted the user group for 2 full months, but amazingly, people were already raving about their improved health after just 2 weeks. After 2 weeks of using Active Advantage, 87% of users had less fatigue, 83% had more energy in the morning, and 91% had more energy overall. 87% had less brain fog. The vast majority said their mood had improved, they were sleeping better, they were digesting food better, and they had fewer muscle aches. 78% said their joints felt better, over half said they looked slimmer, and a whopping 91% said their body just felt better. This was after just 14 days. But when our users came back after 4 weeks, their results were even better. Now, 96% of users had more energy to get through the day. 87% said their muscles felt stronger, 96% were digesting food better, 91% said their lifestyle had become more active. The vast majority said their skin tone was brighter and more luminous, they were losing fat and looked slimmer, and they had more strength and stamina. 91% said they wanted to exercise more, and 96% said their body just plain felt healthier. These results from total strangers are phenomenal and basically unheard of. In 40 years of practicing medicine, I've rarely seen anything work this fast or this well. And it makes me so glad I never gave up on finding a method to help regular people take back control of their health at home, all on their own. Okay, so let's talk about how you can try Active Advantage and experience these same dramatic changes for yourself. Now that our user groups are complete, distributors have been calling me every day to find out how they can get Active Advantage in their stores. And I keep telling them the same thing. I don't want Active Advantage in your stores. Why? Well, for starters, most of these retailers demand huge product orders. All they care about is quantity, not quality. I explained to them that the whole reason Active Advantage is getting these amazing results is because we didn't skip on ingredients. The fulvic mineral powder alone is incredibly difficult to find and expensive to produce. The fulvic source is on a wooded acreage with minimal access, and there are no chemicals, explosives, or bulldozers allowed to preserve the surrounding environment. The fulvic is then extracted using a high-tech reverse osmosis purified water system in stainless steel containers. If you use some cheap knockoff from China, it's not going to give you the same results, plain and simple. The other problem is that these retailers add huge profit margins to their products to pay for their stores, their CEOs' private jets, and, of course, their stockholders' insatiable demand for short-term profits. They were quoting me retail prices of over $100 a bottle. That's just too high, I told them. Well, our lab looked into it, and as you might expect, we can do better. After all, we don't have private jets or stockholders. We're just a team of hardworking professionals with decades of experience helping people transform their health for the better. And by producing Active Advantage with no middleman, my team said we could use 100% high-quality ingredients for a retail price of $69.95. I was impressed. That's actually a price I would have gladly paid to get rid of achy muscles and joints, digestive issues, food cravings, and the many other issues I suffered from prior to getting powerful minerals back in my diet. But I know that the more affordable something is, the more people will have access to it. So, because you've watched this entire video, and because I know how serious you are about finally taking control of your health, we've decided to dramatically lower the price of Active Advantage for a short period of time. So, if you order Active Advantage from our lab today, you don't have to spend $100 a bottle to finally tackle your health. Actually, you don't even need to spend half that. If you order Active Advantage right now through this video presentation, you'll pay only $49.95. That's an instant savings of $20. But remember, this offer is only available to first-time customers through this video presentation or until supplies run out. And supplies will sell out. When this window closes, this offer will be taken down immediately, and Active Advantage will return to its regular price of $69.95. Why are we lowering the price so low? Well, there's 2 reasons. First, my life mission is to help the health of as many people as I can. I've lectured around the world. I've appeared on shows such as Dr. Oz and The Today Show. And I've been on podcasts and hundreds of news programs across the country to spread this important message. Active Advantage is my newest and I believe the most powerful tool yet. A way I can reach through the screen not just with my words, but actually send help directly to the people who need it. And second, after 40 years in this industry, I'm just flat out sick of big agriculture literally sucking the health out of American soil and our health. The more people who learn that there are natural, healthy ways to address their problems, the more pressure there will be on corporate farms to shift to healthier, sustainable methods. All I ask is that when you feel the life-changing results that come from getting your body working right, that you tell your friends and family about Active Advantage as well. My hope is for Gundry MD to become a household name, and I know this formula works, so I want as many people to be able to afford it as possible. Update. Congrats on making it this far. Because you're serious about improving your mental and physical health, we've got some new special packages of Active Advantage available to help you save even more. You see, most of our users fall in love with Active Advantage after just their first week of use, myself included. In fact, we've received over 20,000 orders of Active Advantage in just our first 2 months. And the reason we have so many users is because when people start taking Active Advantage, they end up asking for quite a bit more. Not just for themselves, but for friends and family too. So we've created multi-pack options to help you get some really big savings. When you order a pack of 3 bottles of Active Advantage, you'll pay only $44.95 a bottle. That's $25 off the retail price of $69.95, and you'll get free shipping with your order today. If you order a package of 6 bottles, you'll save even more, up to $165 off the retail price, which is incredible. Prolonged use is the #1 best way to get the most out of Active Advantage. So click the Next Step button below right now to find out if these options are still available. Speaking of prolonged use, people who want the most benefits and even lower prices usually opt for our Subscribe and Save option. By choosing Subscribe and Save when you order, you get an additional 10% off our already reduced prices. And you get Active Advantage delivered straight to your door every month, so your progress is never interrupted by waiting for your next bottle. You also receive free shipping on every order, and you'll always be guaranteed delivery, even if we run out of inventory for the general public. Best of all, you'll be grandfathered in at 10% off for as long as you wish. There's no contracts or anything, and you can cancel anytime. It's just a great way to make sure you always have Active Advantage on hand, so your body never reverts back to its prior state. As you recall, our user groups experience greater and greater results with every week of continued use. That's why we're offering the Subscribe and Save option and an extra 10% off. I want as many people as possible to experience the stunning transformation that comes from sustained long-term health. If we do still have stock available, you'll see the Subscribe and Save option on the right side of the product page. I encourage you to act now if you're serious about your health and longevity. When this batch is sold out, the offer will be removed immediately, and Active Advantage will return to its regular price of $69.95. Right now, you can pay a little over $1 a day to give you the energy-boosting power of these 4 unique ingredients. Best of all, every single bottle of Active Advantage comes with Gundry MD's 90-day money-back guarantee. Yes, that means you can use every single pill. And if you don't experience all of the benefits our user groups did, the stronger body, reduced food cravings, the slimmer belly, the feeling of brimming with energy, just send it back. And we'll happily return every cent of your purchase price, no questions asked, even if it's just the empty bottles. That's how confident we are in this groundbreaking new formula. So I want you to use it all and experience the incredible change for yourself. So click the Next Step button below and let's get started. When you get to our order page, you'll see order options for Active Advantage on the right side of the page. If you see options for our special 3 and 6 bottle packages, then we still have some of those packages in stock and the extra savings are still available. Our website is fully protected by the latest security technology, so your orders are 100% secure. And our warehouse is based in the USA, right here in Southern California, with a team of friendly customer service specialists standing by if you have any questions. You can call us 7 days a week at 800-852-0477 with questions about your order, or just to tell us the big changes you've noticed since taking Active Advantage. The feedback we've already received has been phenomenal. So I hope you're able to order right now and take advantage of the special internet-only price before it shoots up and you miss your chance. Most packages leave our warehouse the same day they're ordered, which means if you order now, you could be opening your first bottle of Active Advantage in just a few days. Imagine the feeling of taking Active Advantage for the first time, knowing the formula was scientifically tested for years, using the most advanced gut-protecting, fat-burning technology available. When this health blend begins to take effect in your body, you could feel what I and other users do. The pleasant surge of energy, the feeling of pure clarity and confidence, like the cobwebs have been brushed aside and everything is suddenly crystal clear. In fact, I bet after your first time using Active Advantage, you'll say to yourself exactly what I did. I didn't know I could still feel this good again. But remember, Active Advantage is not available in stores, and our formula is incredibly difficult to produce. So please, if you want to feel the dramatic effects of this groundbreaking health booster, click the Next Step button below while there's still time available and we have some bottles left in stock. Now, I'd like to get serious for a moment and talk about what's going to happen if you don't start making some real changes today. Unless you're one of the few people with access to foods grown in 100% undepleted soil, the reality is that your body will continue to deteriorate as you get older if you do nothing to stop it. The fatigue you're dealing with right now, the digestive discomfort, the extra weight, these are not problems that just go away on their own. Yes, you could make some radical changes to your lifestyle, eating 100% organic or even growing food yourself without pesticides, chemicals, or mineral loss. But for most of us, this is just too time-consuming and expensive. As a surgeon and a celebrated nutritionist, I can tell you that the longer you wait to deal with problems, the worse they get. I've seen many people deteriorate very quickly as they age, and this is something they actually could have prevented if they just made a few small changes. That's why I'm urging you to take action today and make a positive change in your health. Try Gundry MD Active Advantage right now, risk-free, and see for yourself. One serving per day of this blend can have such a remarkable impact on so many areas of your health. I want you to feel the charge of energy that kicks in with this formula. I want you to feel the relief when those frustrating flare-ups leave your achy muscles and your tissue. I want you to feel great after you eat and to make indigestion, gas, and constipation a thing of the past. I want you to feel and see your changing waistline every morning when you look in the mirror. I want you to feel the vitality you know is inside you, just waiting to come out. Please click the Next Step button below and get started right away with this investment in your future. And remember, this special first-time customer offer is only available while this window is open. Just try one bottle of Gundry MD Active Advantage right now. Get instant savings of $20 off the price of a single bottle and feel the effects for yourself. Don't forget, you'll get significantly deeper discounts on larger packages, up to $165 instantly off the retail price if you act right now. Try it for a full 90 days. And if you're unsatisfied with the results for any reason whatsoever, you'll get a complete refund of your purchase price. I'm positive you're going to love how this product makes you feel. I'm certain Gundry MD Active Advantage can help you live longer and feel better than you have in years. For your health, I'm Dr. Stephen Gundry. Still here? You've probably got some questions, and that's very common. Let me take a few moments to answer some of the most commonly asked questions about Active Advantage. I've seen some other health supplements advertised. How is Gundry MD Active Advantage different? Before I developed this formula, I looked at the other products out there, and I saw huge problems with every one of them. So much so, I refused to recommend any of them. Here's why. First, most products have added sugars or artificial sweeteners. Both are terrible for your body, and they're also highly addictive. Active Advantage has no sugar or artificial sweeteners whatsoever. It also has no soy, another toxic health food I tell everyone to avoid. But the big difference between Active Advantage and other physical and digestive health formulas is that I choose the ingredients for this formula based on clinical results. Look, I'm a surgeon with 30 plus years experience and a published medical nutrition researcher, so I brought that expertise to the table. This formula gets real results because it's got proven ingredients at the right dosage. And whereas most formulas target one specific issue, Active Advantage was designed to help your body at the source. That's why our users report a wide range of benefits, from better digestion and weight management to improved energy and endurance. When your body gets what it needs, everything just works better. To see the full list of ingredients, dosages, and supplement facts, just click the Next Step button below for more information. Is it all natural? Absolutely. Gundry MD Active Advantage contains only 100% pure quality ingredients. The content of every batch is tested for quality and purity at an outside third-party laboratory. And again, my formula contains none of the toxic elements you'll find in lots of other so-called health products. It also contains no heavy metals. Gundry MD Active Advantage is sugar-free, artificial sweetener-free, lectin-free, soy-free, and dairy-free. As a physician, I'm putting my reputation on the line with this product, so you can be sure I go to great lengths to make sure every bottle is safe. I made a pledge when I developed the Gundry MD line. I will never sell any product I wouldn't personally recommend to a loved one. But, of course, as a physician, I know that no supplement works for everyone. There's always a very small segment of the population who may be allergic or who can't tolerate certain ingredients and supplements. So, consult your doctor before starting any new dietary supplement. And if you want to return it for any reason at all, simply contact our US-based customer support team for an immediate refund of your purchase price. How will I know if it's working? Great question. The best thing about this formula is that you're going to feel it very quickly. Most users report feeling a distinctive, noticeable energy charge within a week of consuming. It may take longer for some than for others, but it's a feeling you're going to want again and again. You'll notice a lifting of the brain fog that often clouds your day. Breakfast should digest more smoothly. You'll feel better about completing tasks one after the other without losing steam, without losing stamina. After lunch, you'll wonder why you don't feel more lethargic. And the energy from this breakthrough formula comes without the crash you get from caffeine, without the crash you get from sugar or empty carbs. This is a clean energy because it's the kind of energy your body is supposed to be getting. You'll know it's working when you realize you've been playing with kids or grandkids for an hour and haven't even needed a break, or when you're playing games with friends late into the night and aren't yawning like you used to. This is what I'm talking about, the real meaning of having more energy. Of course, there's only one way to really find out if Active Advantage will work for you, and that's to try it for yourself. If you're ready right now to get started, and if you're still here, you should be ready. Simply click the Next Step button just below. How do I use Active Advantage? Now, this is the best part because it's just incredibly easy. It literally does not even take 1 minute out of your day. You simply take 1 capsule of Active Advantage a day. The extracts in this formula digest so easily, your body starts metabolizing them quickly into energy you can really feel. It's important to take your Active Advantage every day on a consistent basis. I take mine every morning with breakfast so I can get my day started with a boost of long-lasting mental and physical energy. What if it doesn't work for me? Another great question, one we get all the time. Look, as a physician, I believe that everyone can benefit from the energy-boosting, gut-restoring elements in this formula. However, I'm experienced enough in medicine to know that people are different. An individual body can react very differently to identical compounds. I've even seen very effective drugs have little to no effect on certain patients, and it's all just down to their individual body dynamics. So, even though our users rave about the incredible changes they see when using Active Advantage, there are going to be some cases with fewer results. However, the great news is this. If the formula doesn't get results for you, I'm going to give you your money back. In fact, if there's any reason at all you're unsatisfied after a full 90 days of use, I'll return your purchase price. Again, my reputation is on the line here. I want every single person who comes to Gundry MD to have a completely positive experience. It's my name on the label, and I've come too far to risk that. So, try Gundry MD Active Advantage for 3 full months. If you don't see truly remarkable results, less fatigue, reduced digestive discomfort, fewer unexplained aches and pains, clearer thinking, and better physical stamina, I'll give you your money back, and that's my personal guarantee. So please, simply click the Next Step button below and get started, risk-free right now. You'll find detailed information on the website about the full list of ingredients in this cutting-edge formula, about myself and my medical credentials, and everything you need to know about the product. It's been a pleasure spending this time with you today, and I hope you'll take action today. Just click the button below so I can get started on personally transforming your health and your energy. For your health, I'm Dr. Stephen Gundry.